I'm Fallen Knight, also known as Dark Hero, and welcome back to Minecraft. Feels good to be back. It's been a couple weeks. I was sick, and then Halloween came up, and I was busy painting things like this, and then I was painting this. But that's all over now, and I'm back to making videos. But considering I was sick, I thought I should start off with something small. You know, real small. These are Plants vs. Zombie miniatures, and I'm going to show you how to make them. So let's get started. Alright, so first things first, let's talk about what I will be showing you to make. So from left to right are the sunflower, the pea shooter, the chomper, and of course the infamous zombie. I will show you how to make all four. So let's start with the sunflower. That little brown half orb is going to be the sunflower's face. I put on eyes, but I didn't like them, so I'm going to redo that right now. Alright, now I'm going to smash them on really flat. Use a tool made of rubber, but you can also use a toothpick. It's what I used to use. So I roll out the smile and then attach it. Here's a shot of that. Sorry about the brightness of the screen. I let my camera auto adjust the exposure, which was a really bad idea after seeing the first part of the video, but I couldn't refilm myself making it, so I was stuck with this part. But I do adjust it later. So now I'm rolling out thin pieces of yellow clay to make the petals. Roll it out and then smash it, and you get kind of ovalish shapes, and then I attach it to the back, and I'm not too worried about how it looks on the back because I will be covering that later with the stem. So just about done here and showing now. Alright, so now I'm working on the stem. I mixed forest green and neon green to get this very nice vibrant cartoon green for it. Now I'm mixing more of it to make the leaves. There are 4 leaves at the base of the sunflower that are kind of round with a bit of a point on the end. And those I just put up the flower and then curl them over to get the look that you'll see in just a second when I show you the finished sunflower. Alright, here you go. That's the finished sunflower. Gonna set it down and start on the pea shooter. Alright, so the pea shooter I started with making an orb from that same cartoon green I had made earlier. And then I made a cylinder and squeezed them together. Sadly, the cartoon green is very, very soft, so it lost its shape. What I just did was I drilled a hole in the end, and now I'm filling it with black, so that it'll get that black mouth that shoots out the pea. And I also pulled a little tuft off the back. I'm applying the eyes, alright, and now I applied a leaf to the tuft. As you can see, that's back there. I also carved a little line in it with the edge of that tool. Now I'm rolling the stem and attaching that. Like I said, you can use a toothpick. It's really not that difficult to do that. It's more of the technique that's hard to learn, and I can't really explain it very well. But yeah, so now I'm making leaves for the pea shooter as well. They're the same kind of leaves that I made for the sunflower. Alright, the pea shooter is almost done. There you go. Just set it down. And so the chomper, you start with the purple, and you drill a hole into it using a tool or a toothpick or whatever, and then you kind of pinch it into a Pac-Man shape. Then fill it with black to get kind of a deep mouth look. And now I am rolling white to make the lips for the chomper. So first I take it and I measure it, and then I tear off some more, and then I press it down, trying not to get rid of that round shape to it, and then I attach the other side. So here I am attaching the tongue. I used a magenta or a fuchsia, I'm not sure which, to make it. And I'm trying to attach the spikes here, but come to find out the purple clay, even though it's soft, it's not really sticky, so I had to create little strips of it to attach the spikes to and attach them using those strips, because the purple clay would attach to itself but not the white without a little bit of help, especially since I couldn't push very well on the horns. Here I am making the stem for it and attaching that. I don't really like the length when I finish it, so I do make a second half of the stem and attach that to the first half, which isn't really easy to do, but if you just play around with clay enough, you will figure out little things like how to do that. Here I am making little leaves that attach to the back of the head to attach it to the stem. It's kind of a separator that was included in all of the drawings of the chomper I found, and being that I was just playing between filming, I'm pretty sure they're there, you know. Um, so now I'm creating the last two spikes and attaching them to the back of the chomper's head. Alright, so one spike left. Like I said, the purple strap is making this take a little longer. It's kind of annoying in that way. But yeah, so it's still toothless, however. So I'm rolling out what I've referred to as tooth bars, and I'm attaching one right now. So the way these work is you attach it and it needs to kind of raise up, and then you stab down into it repetitively to give it kind of a ridged shape so it looks like sharp teeth. I've used it for many different monsters that I've made out of clay. You'll get a good shot of the teeth here in a second when it freezes. There you go. So it kind of ridges there, and it looks, in my opinion, much better than trying to attach 50,000 little teeth, because you'll smash the other teeth. So I'm making leaves again. These are much larger than the leaves on the peashooter or the sunflower because of the size of the chomper. Something that I didn't say was that I've been attaching bases to each of these off camera so that they can stand easier for later. Although it didn't work very well, I still had to tape them to the board I showed. Okay, so this clay is a mixture of forest green and gray and tan. And I turned it into a little Pac-Man again, and then kind of squared it up. And then I put red in the mouth, then I drilled holes for the eyes and put in two white orbs into the eyes. Here I'm giving it eyebrows, which later I decided I don't like, but I was kind of stuck with. And of course I put a little bit of black clay into the actual whites so that he'd have eyes, pupils in his eyes. Now I'm working on the torso. I am currently making a dent to put the shirt in, and now attaching that. That was tucking it under so that it looked like it was actually underneath the brown instead of sitting on top of the brown. It's a technique I've only recently started using, but it looks really nice when you do some stuff like that to increase the quality of your project. Alright, so I attached the second arm and the head just there, and now I'm making the legs. I cut off one of the legs because the zombies have a exposed leg, exposed skin on one of their legs, and then they have a bit of gene caught at the bottom. And here I am attaching it, which takes a little while to get the genes attached to the torso, but it's okay. So the hands I make very different than anything else. I just make them flat, and I pinch out the thumb, then I slice out the fingers, and then I attach it. It doesn't look natural, but it does look right on a clay figure for that kind of hand. And it allows me to make things much smaller than this. I'm smoothing out the eyebrows there, but I'm still kind of stuck with them. I'm making the tie, which I think I made it too big in hindsight, but I can't really do much about that now. Um, so I'm attaching the little black hair strands that they have. Just roll those out real thin, slice them, and then kind of stick them on there. There's really not much else you can do. Dancing zombie. Okay. Anyways, um, so here I am doing the tooth bar again. I'm sorry I couldn't catch this on camera. My camera sadly wouldn't stay put when I put it anywhere else other than where it was. And this is very specific. So I attached the tooth bar, and then I cut out the teeth I don't want on it, is how I did his. Um, I'm also attaching cheeks so that he doesn't have that Pac-Man grin that gives him kind of that evil look. So this gives him more of the derp look, which I think is a lot better.
I hope you enjoy making your own Plants vs. Zombies miniatures. I know I sure have. This is Fallen Knights signing off, and remember, have a great day.